Councilwoman Cosby-Hurling.
Thank you. From the Fifth Ward, I wanted to just acknowledge that we have some issues with unkept properties, and we are working with the construction code, the health department, to get those properties maintained. We recently had some work done in public property, which is by the creek, so I'm grateful to the Division of Public Works for their efforts there, but we are still waiting and we'll be working to have the full creek done. I'm also still waiting to get our replacement paper wooden coyotes and also to have the geese control. I sent an email to Mr. McDonald and he had his designee respond. However, I never got an answer as to when we were supposed to get the goose control to come to the IOZ Park to help us with the goose control. So I don't know when we're going to get that because no one answered me. Similarly, I send emails and I don't get answers. So I'm one person. I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do for my neighborhood. And, you know, my struggle is real when we have members of management who ignore our requests and also, you know, make changes to the request that we made or just don't do anything at all. So anyway, I don't know if Mr. McDonald wants to come up and tell the public what they can expect, because I think they're getting kind of tired of me saying, I sent the report, I'm waiting to hear back. So if you can give us something.
We have been under contract with a company called Goose Control Technologies for approximately 12 years now. We have 2 sites designated in the city that we do regular control with the goose population. That's Wilson Park and Memorial Park, the 2 sites that we have ponds at. They do regular treatments several times a year. It costs us in excess of about $10,000 a year to do that. IOZ Park was not one of the sites that we normally do that at, specifically because we do not have a resident, what's referred to as a resident geese population there. It's transient birds that are there, and as you know, we've put some temporary measures in place as far as the fake dogs on site or whatever, but that really only controls it to a certain extent. The 2 areas that we need to concentrate on are where we have resident population, which is Wilson Park and Memorial Park. So that's where we concentrate on and spend most of the money that it takes to control that at those 2 locations.
Well, thank you for that answer, because I didn't get an answer a month ago from Mr. I don't want to say his name because he might sue me, but so we still have an issue there, and I know for a fact that the County of Union has goose control and they would do a shared service at no cost to the city. I'm saying that because my neighbors walk that area. We have a lot of senior citizen neighbors and they are walking and it's a health hazard. It's disgusting. We don't get the regular treatment from the sweeper machine like Wilson Pond does, and we'd like to be able to walk there or, you know, do whatever they want to do. It's a place where there's a creek that flows through, and I get it that they don't live there all the time, the geese, but when they come in droves. And the neighbors who live on Cranford Avenue have an issue. I don't know if anybody remembers, but 2 women were given appreciation awards last year because of their efforts in keeping those dogs up. You know, but the dogs go down and they're only temporary, so we're asking for relief.
Well, I would just like to remind everybody that we have 36 parks in the city of Linden. And like I said, the resident population of geese, we try to do our best that we possibly can do as far as control there. The transient geese population is extremely hard to deal with, and it's not only in IOZ Park, it's in many of our parks. Any open areas, that's obviously where the geese are going to congregate. So we'll continue to do what we can do that's logical to do and cost effective to do, but the 2 areas that we have the resident population, that's where we have to concentrate on and spend the most amount of money on.
So is it fair to say that we're not going to look out to the county for help for free?
Well, we have looked out to the county in the past. However, the county has their fair share of problems also, and they have a much greater resident geese population that they have to deal with. So I'll put a call out to the county, but I don't anticipate any immediate relief from them in that area. Like I said, we do have 36 parks in the city of Linden, and you know, we do have to concentrate on, we have to prioritize what we need to do, so
Well, I have it on good authority that they would be willing to help us in IOZ Park.
that's fine.
So
Thank you, Mr. McDonald.
And in the Fifth Ward, we're going to be looking to install a sidewalk at the corner of Middlesex Street and Cranford Avenue, where many years ago, I don't know what happened, but you can clearly see where the sidewalk was and where it now is at the corner, and it's all blacktop there. We have a major problem. And every single year, I put in sidewalks in our neighborhood to increase pedestrian safety. So that will be, for 2017, the one that I hope to get installed for the safety. And also, so it's just aesthetics. It's kind of weird and hard to walk that way. I have the privilege of serving on the Construction Code Committee. And the Construction Code and Lighting Committee is the committee in the city that is really a self-contained. That's where our plumbing and housing inspectors, and they all work through there. And so I'm on the committee, and I'm actually the chairperson. And just for people who don't know, the chairperson's job is to make an agenda and to run a meeting, and that is it. So I'll be happy to make the agenda and to run the meeting. I'm having a meeting with the department manager and his under boss, I don't even know what to call him, on Thursday, because we haven't met for the first of the year yet. But we do have our meetings scheduled. They're scheduled. And it's a regular meeting. We're going to meet and try and get everything in the construction code moving smoothly. Hopefully, we can get what was started 2 years ago, a backflow generator, up and running. It's like a program where you record it and track it and charge, and that monies hopefully can go in to one of our departments. The CFO is not here, I'm not going to misspeak, but this is something that we had discussed a couple of years ago in trying to offset the garbage tax. So if it's feasible, we can do it. That's something that in that committee we're going to try and work towards and get it done. I'm also the liaison to the health department, and I'll be going and attending their meetings and hopefully adding some insight to some of the programs that we have access to in the city of Linden for all of the residents to do. I'll be looking to bring Wellness Wednesdays back and citywide initiatives. Hopefully the health department can accommodate us and work with us on that. I am the liaison to the housing department in the Fifth Ward. And I thought it was nice that some of the residents called me and left voicemails and also sent me emails to get free tickets to the casino night, which is going to be happening on the 28th. I think that's the right date. But we had a couple of people to send the emails, and we did a random drawing. My daughter pulled out Mrs. Lucky's name. It's Bernice Lucky, so she's actually the winner of the ticket to the casino night, so I'll see her there. I don't have a report because I hadn't attended the meeting this month. And I'm also the liaison to the Linden Roselle Sewage Authority. That's going to be interesting. So I'm not sure what to expect from that, but I serve where I will, and I'll do the very best that I can. Next week, we have a planned community meeting. It's been changed from the 31st to the 25th. That's a Wednesday. Our game this year is Family Feud. We had last year Jeopardy, which was really, really fun. But if you are in the Fifth Ward or not, and you want to come, we're going to do Family Feud. Going to have Linden questions, Linden trivia. It's going to be fun. We're going to start at 6:30 at the Linden Multipurpose Center. I'm trying to make sure that I cover everything. February the 7th is the annual Black History Celebration, and we have 2 honorees this year. We have Muhammad Wilkerson, Mr. 908 from the New York, is it New York or New Jersey? New York Jets. And we also have a gentleman who's in my neighborhood, Mr. Johnson, Elijah Johnson. He's a committee man, and he's being recognized as an unsung hero. He was a former member of the Board of Education, and so on and so forth. But February the 7th, do come and see what Linden has to offer. We want to recognize folks who are still here to smell the flowers, and that's why this program was started 6 years ago. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman.